Good morning,
Hey,
Kevin.
good
There
morning.
he is. Kevin, thank you very much indeed. You have been a Labour advisor. You're an author too. Would you have advised Keir Starmer to, have this kind of campaign?
It's a departure. It's a new departure, I think. I think the people around him will be thinking this was always going to be a bit bumpy. He was always going to upset people with this particular kind of line of attack. But I think they'll be relieved that actually, here we are. It was posted on Thursday. It was a tweet. It probably took some designer about 20 minutes to produce this thing, and it's had now 22 million views and dominated a kind of domestic political coverage over the Easter period. So in many respects, it's a slam dunk success. Now it comes at a cost potentially, as Olivia was saying there, that this is perhaps a different depiction of Keir Starmer than we've been used to. This is him being very blunt, and as you say, writing in a piece in the Daily Mail today, he's not resiling from any of this at all. He's actually doubling down, as the phrase of the hour goes, that he has no regrets about trying to sort of slam Rishi Sunak on crime. Now it's interesting because the Conservatives say, look, Rishi Sunak wasn't even an MP until 2015, and you're holding him to account for the record of the current Conservative government over 13 years since 2010. And that's kind of the point, really, that sits behind some of this, that Keir Starmer is very conscious that Rishi Sunak is new in post and people may give him the benefit of the doubt. And he is trying to tie Rishi Sunak to the 13-year record of the Conservatives to say, there's no place for you to hide. You're Conservative Prime Minister right now, but you own the full legacy, the full record, and I'm going to hold you directly to account for it. So that's one of the key purposes in there as well. But I think the issue is that, if he can make some inroads on crime, it's a shortcut in two respects. It kind of says, I will be a strong prime minister. This will be a strong government. It's about fitness to office, that we're fit to run the country. And it's also a big departure from the Jeremy Corbyn years, because a lot of the people that are obviously in the Labour Party that are criticising this poster on the kind of liberal left, Keir Starmer doesn't need to win these people round. He's kind of got them. He needs to win over lots of millions of other ordinary Britons for whom crime is a real everyday concern. And so that's where he's pivoting his strategies to say, look, I've got some of these people complaining and having a go at me about this. In a sense, that's not unhelpful because it shows that, look, I'm prepared to be very tough, aggressive, ruthless is the word that he's used several times in the last couple of weeks to say, look, I've got to win an election. I can't be,
Yes,
can't be I've got to go for it.
Sorry to interrupt, but one of the criticisms of Keir Starmer, and I don't know how you feel about him as a leader of the Labour Party, but one of the criticisms has been that he sort of flip-flops. He sits on the fence, goes with the wind. He's talking big on crime because some polling data has shown him that he needs to do that. He's not being too liberal on immigration, even though we know that he probably is very liberal on immigration in his own beliefs. Brexit, we'll make the best of Brexit after he campaigned for a second referendum for God knows how long. How is he going to prove to the country that he is, the true Keir Starmer? Who is the real Keir Starmer?
He's got a very difficult inheritance. The Labour Party performed very badly in 2019, the lowest number of Labour MPs returned since 1935. And what he's trying to do is to say, look, we've already lost 4 general elections in a row. I don't want that to be a 5th. And what he's trying to do is press the fast forward on the Labour Party's modernisation. You go back to, sort of Neil Kinnock in the 1980s and John Smith before Tony Blair. There was a long period where Labour incrementally moved forward, had lots of policy reviews, lots of battles about changing policy and all the rest of it. It took a very long time. And what Starmer's tasked with doing basically is to say, can he move warp speed from the position in 2019 to a completely different position in 2024 and win a general election? Now, it's an absolutely huge task. It always has been. It doesn't matter whether it's Keir Starmer or, Lisa Nandy or Yvette Cooper. It doesn't matter who the leader of the Labour Party is. The task is still the same. And it requires repositioning the party often quite dramatically from where it's been even just a handful of years ago. So yes, you can sort of say, look, 3 or 4 years ago, you were saying this, now you're saying that. I think the point is that, Starmer is saying, look, I will do whatever I have to do to position the Labour Party in a place where it's going to win an election and be able to govern. And I will hold and pin that position down as I do it. So the things that I've said before, discount those. The things I'm saying now are the things I would actually do.